Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire. Last episode, we went and set up our entire crew. Everyone's got all their things. Everything is good. Now, I intend to do a bit of the DLC content we have. Specifically, we're going to make our way to do Harbinger's Watch. It's a DLC. We may as well. Supplies, by the way, I think we can fill up on... Yeah, go ahead, add it all. It's no big deal. The rest of this is fine. So, fill up on that and head out. And we are going to sail southeast to Harbinger's Watch. Far, far to the southeast. There we go. Alright. Should have put it on speed, but let's get down there. Because I know there's going to be some very good gear that we can get out of it. Come on, you can get there. Almost. Alright, Harbinger's Watch. Oh, we got a new background for the loading screen. This is going to be interesting. Well, here we are. Oh, that doesn't look pleasant. A wet, heavy thud draws your attention to a figure standing atop the icy cliff. Light glints off of the cleaver he holds readied overhead. The blade arcs downward, evoking a fine red mist that hangs upon the frigid air. The kith straightens as his gaze finds you, and he fixes you with a single pointed finger from a blood-stained hand.
It is you! Come at last!
Greetings.
God your fellow traveler. A day of glory this turns out to be. First auspices of a visitation, then the arrival of the Dusk Speaker.
The what?
Truly I hear the call of winter.
I have so little idea of what you're talking about that I don't know where to start.
This one speaks of the lore of nothing. The dusk of being. The ending of all things, and the part of the soul that longs for that ending. These concepts are central to more traditionalist understandings of Remergon's designs.
Well, thank you for the explanation.
Vatnir, our mentor, foretold your coming. He described you perfectly from toes to top. Praise be to Rimmergand!
Vatnir's the one who sent me this letter. The man squints down at the paper before nodding vigorously.
Come in, Dusk Speaker, come in! Be sure to speak with our mentor Vatnir. He's down in the chapel in the middle of the settlement.
Okay.
The beer! The Dusk Speaker has arrived!
Harbinger's Watch, Deep Winter Fonaverno 2829. So we're dealing with Rimmergand here, are we? Wonderful. Well, let's look around Harbinger's Watch. Let's see. Brewmaster, Frozen Fishery, Ascent to Outcrop on High, Harbinger's Retreat, Harbinger's Dwelling, Ice Sculpture, Harbinger's Dwelling. Oh, I can take things.
I always thought of the beast as having 4 legs.
An aurochs, yes. But with the torso of a man.
Exactly. Wait, what say? How can God have torso of man and body of orcs?
He is a god. He can be anything.
I mean, one can have torso and body if it's, what's the term? Centaur, or tauric.
Why not?
The matted fur of this aurochs shares a pattern of screaming faces. Okay, that actually sounds kind of badass. This sculpture, carved from a block of ice, towers over a Glomfellan woman. She moves about the sculpture, a chisel in one hand, a mallet in the other. Her scrutiny clings to it as if it might melt it. Excuse me. She turns to you, her snow-white eyebrow arcing over an amethyst eye.
Yes? What is it?
Well, ain't she just a basket of warm and welcome?
Jody rubs her arms against the chill. That's certainly something. What is it supposed to be?
Do you jest? Or was that your idea of an insult? It clearly represents Rimergand, the beast of winter, the final god. Obviously.
I thought Rimergand was less of a man Aurochs and more of an Aurochs.
Because the gods are limited to a single form. Is there something you need?
Her arms cross, the sculptor turns to you. I don't suppose you can tell me about this iceberg.
Other than that it grows wider each moon and will in time swallow the whole of Eora?
You don't find that concerning, I take it.
Not particularly.
Okay then. Where did you learn to sculpt? The elf crosses her arms.
From my mother. She taught me many things. To shape the ice, to hone an obsidian blade, to clean the carcass of a seal.
What brought you to this outpost?
I am a creature out of place. Few respect art in the white that wins if it doesn't serve a function, if you can't carry it with you. Elsewhere, there would be little interest in an artist whose work is made to melt. Only here is its impermanence understood. Here, the final song crescendos into its final verse.
Is there someone I should be talking to instead?
Vatnir. He can often be found in the hut up the hill. His features will identify him. He bears the touch of Rimergand.
Well, I should be off then. Okay, interesting. Harbinger's dwelling. Well, we can take a look into here.
Leave it to me.
Oh, we can loot out of here.
Dusk Speaker! Dusk Speaker! I'd like to speak if you've a moment.
I will do so shortly. Sure, Harbinger Brythe.
You are the Dusk Speaker, Nai?
The willowy Glomfellan searches you desperately. So, people keep telling me.
It's all a bit much, isn't it? The end of the world rubbish.
The world will end, child. Everything does. Yet, I appreciate your skepticism.
Brythe's eyes widen as she takes in Idwin. Biting her lip, she nods.
We all could, actually. We could really use your aid.
Her fingers play at one of her braids.
There's another group up top, on top of the ice, I mean. High above the watch. They attack anyone they see, us included.
Oh.
They make it very difficult to get to Rimergand's temple, among other things.
Who exactly are these other people?
Another group of Rimergand's worshippers. We call them the Lost Pilgrims.
We're striding into a conflict between religious fanatics? Fantastic.
Where do these pilgrims come from?
They're from the land as well. They came here a few decades before we did, on much the same mission. When none returned, we thought them all dead.
And why are they so hostile?
Wal only knows. They seem to think they're protecting something. Like the flow is sacred. Nivadir thinks they've all gone a bit mad out here all alone. Or that something in the ice is rotting their minds.
Well, I'll see what I can do about them. A huge smile splits the elf's face as she clasps her hands together.
Finally, good news! You've no idea how rare a thing that is. The pilgrims keep camp in the ruins atop the ice wall. High Harbinger Vatnir can explain how to get up there, if he hasn't already. Was there something else you wanted to know?
We'll speak with Vatnir soon enough. What do you do here at Harbinger's Watch?
Whatever needs doing. Odds and ends and such. The whole community works together to survive. I hunt, I weave, I roast a delicious isai.
You seem very young to be out here. She snorts, crossing her arms and squaring her shoulders.
I'll have you know, I've nearly 60 winters behind me. More than you, I'd reckon.
Yeah.
I've been here for a solid 10 winters already. Came looking for... well, something I've not found yet. Strictly, speaking in a religious sense.
Her averted glance and stuttered words suggest that she's not sharing the entire truth. Seems like there's something you're not telling me. Her eyes widen in surprise before nearly closing with her wince.
Certainly. And I'll be entirely happy to discuss it later. Elsewhere, yeah?
Okay then, if you're sure.
Sure.
Fish dart in the waters far below the ice. Okay. It's very nice that we can loot everything here, but also a little concerning. Usually the only reason you're not allowed to steal things in a settlement is because you're going to end up attacking it. And they don't want you to have to steal things from places that you're,
Why not?
going to be looting later anyway. So that's slightly concerning. That's probably the way to go further up. We'll go to Harbinger's Retreat in a bit. Let's finish looking through up here. Harbinger Carlaud.
God fatja, newcomer.
The woman's smile almost warms the cold air around Harbinger's watch. A few strands of coppery hair flickers on the wind, and her robin egg-hued skin shimmers with faint iridescent freckles.
Are those bottles of Ekavit?
Idwin cranes her neck, peering into the goods piled about the vendor.
Indeed, sister. In trade from Nivardir across the way. He's got rimshora too, if you prefer. I've only the fish, though.
Well then, we'll have to speak with the Nevadir. Whatever else we accomplish here.
Her lips turn down at the corners.
See anything that interests?
Where do you get these fish? Everything's frozen.
It is not ice all the way down, newcomer. They may come out a bit hard and cold, but for that we have the fire, yeah?
So what brought you down here?
You say down, as if this isn't north of the White that wends. This is the end of the world. The culmination of all things. The final chapter of the final book. What fool would not want to be here?
I can think of a few.
This fool, for one. I left the land due to exactly this manner of nonsense. Our people have likely been chanting about the coming of the final winter for 10,000 years.
Let's keep things civil, Idwin. Everyone's entitled to their beliefs.
They are not. Rationale must bolster beliefs, or they are not but castles built of mist on the surface of the sea.
She sighs and waves away her own words.
But civil I shall remain. I've too few words to waste them on the obstinate.
Well, you're a jolt of happiness. Let's
Take
see
a
what
look
you
for
have.
yourself.
Okay, so you do have various fish and the like. Not that I really need to buy anything right now. And down here, sounds like this guy might have something you'd like, Idwin. Harbinger Nivardir.
Good that you're, fellow traveler. I've room shut if you seek to banish the chill.
The elf fills a tankard from a cask, a slight smile curving his beard before passing it to you. Rimsjada?
You've not had it? Ha, I almost envy you the first trying. It's a beer, brewed and aged in colder climes to fight back the biting frost. Beloved here, as I'm sure you can imagine.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Think nothing of it. With new harbingers arriving weekly, we provide what little welcome we can in this desolate place.
Okay, well, that is a thing.
Alcohol brings a bit of oblivion upon us, if only temporarily. It's my life's work, brewing the perfect rimshota. The difficulty lies in getting the right ingredients. Is there aught you require?
What brought you here?
A boat?
I meant specifically.
A longship bore me, with a single mast and oars, specifically.
Well, you're very literal. You said you're trying to brew the perfect beer.
I did, and I am. Though proper ingredients can be difficult to come by at the watch.
Doesn't what make the perfect beer depend on the imbiber?
No,
Care to elaborate?
I do not.
Okay then. Why bother if the world is going to end?
Why bother if it isn't? Because I want to. Because I enjoy the challenge. Because I love beer. I'm under no illusion that my work will outlast me, or even that it will have import to anyone else. Why lose sleep over trivialities outside of my control?
You know what, I like this guy. What ingredients are you looking for?
We brew rimshota not merely for its taste, but as a ward against the deadly cold. It serves well enough along the coast of the White, but further south, or here at the Watch for that matter, well, it could be improved. I've seen machines striding the icebergs, kif-shaped things of metal, little impacted by the chill. I suspect them filled with some substance that keeps them warm. I've more than half a mind to add a little of that, whatever it is, to the latest batch.
Oh my god, he's going to be adding antifreeze to the alcohol. Oh shit, this won't go well. That sounds like it could be unhealthy.
It may well not be. We will not know until we try it, will we? I've not been a warrior for many years, and the machines bear weapons and shields. Were you to harvest fluid from one of them, I would happily compensate you for it, in coin or trade. I'll accept as much of the stuff as you can bring me. I'm sure I can find some use for it.
Well, that's worrying. Alright, let's see what you got. And I am going to basically buy all of this. Because it is useful. They're ingredients. Thank you for all of that. I am now going to put all of it, all of the things I managed to pick up, into here. So that's +3. You go there. That is +1. +0. +0. That's water. +0. +1. And +1. Alright, that'll do. Right. Well, we've spoken to everything there. Now we need to go down and speak to the guy who introduced us. I mean, there's another guy in front. Harbinger Halfjorn. Hello.
Go! Go! Vatnir awaits!
Oh, you're the guy who saw us in the first place. Okay, fair enough. Ooh, couple more drinks. Yeah, toss those in. Boop and boop. Very well, Vatnir. You must be down here somewhere. Let's see what you have to say.
You must be our honored guest. Vatnir said to expect you.
The man stands from his fire and brushes his hands together, a smile splitting his patchy, ice-colored beard.
Not that he said I should expect so many. No matter. Room will be made. If there is anything you require, you need but ask. I will strive to deliver. Oh, and before I forget, a welcoming gift.
Valbrindhor rummages among the furs and presses a bundle into your hands. Harbinger's robes. Okay, and a Harbinger's hood. You're here because of your beliefs.
Of course. Aren't you?
I'm here because Vatnir invited me.
He cast no summoning spell, no binding rite. Your coming was of your own accord. Death walks in hand with life in the white that wends. The priests of the wheel would have you believe they follow one after the other. It is not so. I found a rift once, at the bottom of the world, and in it a camp, a clan's worth of Glamfelin, huddled and still. Their stories, their blood, their ambitions, none persevere. I chase not the end, but accept its inevitability. It is a thing to be celebrated, like the ending of an epic finely sung. Vatnir understands that, so I follow his lead.
A single incident hardly speaks to a fundamental truth.
One could agree on that, Aloth.
You are correct. Every incident speaks to a fundamental truth. Come, come, shake off the snow, warm yourself at the hearth.
Alright, let's see what we have here. So, we do have a whole bunch of things here, including more alcohol. The solution is just an ingredient. Once again, buy all of the alcohol. Seafood stew is perception, resolve, and intellect, and that is constitution, lower recovery time, and higher area of effect. Interesting. Alright, go ahead and take all that. You've got a fur pile for nothing, and +2 resolve, +1 freeze armor rating. Interesting. Okay, once again, I am going to put all these drinks in. Need to fill up what I can, after all. There we go. And even more drinks. Okay. Vatnir, where are you? Gotta be around here somewhere. Probably in there. Yeah, that's the sanctuary. That's probably where he is, which means these are probably his quarters. Well, a set of quarters, anyway. An auroch skull is tightly affixed to these wooden planks. You can barely make out a small lever tucked within the recesses of the skull's left eye. Pull the lever. Something stirs beneath the boards and your attention shifts to the northern wall at the sound of a hidden mechanism realigning. Ah, this is his quarters. Oh, Valiant breastplate.
Sure.
Beer has been spilled everywhere, even on the spoiled food. A book of holy symbols has barely escaped the mess. Ah, so he keeps his drinking hidden. Fair enough. And that must be Vatnir.
And why shouldn't we fear death? What offers death save erasure?
The man speaking before the room wears the same tattered robes as his gathered congregants, but his head is wrapped in soiled strips of linen.
A return to life cleansed of experience and understanding. Ignorant, set to suffer again. To repeat our mistakes endlessly. To fail. But the beast would spare us this suffering. Would offer us succor, mercy.
His head bows slightly.
But it seems our guest has arrived. Come, Dusk Speaker, join our circle.
If you say so, we shall speak.
Look upon the Dusk Speaker and be glad, brothers and sisters, for she heralds an end to your suffering.
People keep calling me that. I take it that's your doing.
I revealed only that which was revealed to me.
You can't just go around renaming folk without their say-so.
The godlike cluster of blue-iced eyes blinks at her before shifting back to you.
I present to you the Watcher of Kadnua, mother of the Defiance Bay riots.
Oh, come on. That's what you're going to name me for?
In whose wake fell the Hollowbone curse upon the Deerwood.
That's funny. I seem to recall ending the curse.
Who dethroned Lord Radric, rightful Thane of Gilded Vale, plunging that land into anarchy.
You mean there's alternatives to government by brawling? We don't get to see a lot of places that have their act together.
Then came back and killed him again.
Who scattered the faithless, blood-drinking Ethignal.
That one was for Bareth.
And whose very stone and soil gave rise to the great green giant that even now strides across the Deadfire.
Oh, for the love of... He destroyed my castle! The gathered congregants whisper prayers, hands raised in thankful supplication to the Beast of Winter. Vatnir raises a hand and the murmurs begin to die down.
Full glad are they to see you, Watcher, for they came to pay homage to Rimmergand and bear witness to the final dissolution of Eora by his hand.
That's not my intention.
Your coming fulfills prophecy. Wheresoever strides the Dusk Speaker, so falls falsehood torn away. So discards false cycles, so quiets dawn and dusk. I've high hopes for you.
I'm sorry, but I'm not here to end the world.
Precisely my point. Whether or not you mean to cause chaos, chaos follows in your wake. You're chosen, whether or not you choose to be.
This doesn't really please me.
Now, if we may have the pleasure of your company, Dusk Speaker, we've prepared a feast, at least by the standards of our humble means, for your...
His words are cut off by a tremor that rocks the floor beneath your feet. Oh, that's a little worrying.
The messenger returns!
Vatnir points towards the sanctuary's entrance.
Go forth and bear witness to his message! Don't leave me behind!
That sounds a little worrying.
The messenger awaits you. I shall follow close behind.
Are you sure? Because this sounds a little worrying. What is about to happen?
He returns!
Oh!
So close.
Such grace! Such majesty!
well, he came back.
Gracious glory. Seems to me they don't want saving.
Well, that's certainly not very good, is it? Let's go see this messenger. The dragon, or this rotting shell shaped like a dragon, turns a glowing eye upon you. You feel its gaze upon your soul, prying at your spirit. A low growl rumbles from its maw. Though menacing, the snarl does not resolve into words. You're supposed to be the messenger of Rimmergund? The creature's mouth curls over rotting fangs as its laughter plays along the edges of your thoughts. In my experience, dragons usually love the sound of their own voice. The dragon shifts its weight, crushing snow and ice beneath its clawed feet as it turns on you. Well, looks like we got some killing to do. It is immune to ice, so forget ice spells. Meteor shower would probably help.
Try something else. You like that?
No trouble at all. That's it.
Oh, you've got luminous revenants, have you? That's a little concerning. How about one of these?
This thing isn't doing the job.
We are doing a lot of damage. He is summoning revenants, but we have almost got the messenger. How about a fireball? Almost got it. Okay, that's down. Another luminous revenant will be slain shortly, but the messenger is almost destroyed. There we go. Alright, finish off these revenants. Fortunately, the remnants are easily slain. Okay. So I killed your messenger.
What is happening? How could this happen? Where is Vatnir? Someone find Vatnir!
Find Vatnir in Harbinger's retreat. Oh, I'm going to. The feeling he may need to do some explaining of things.
No trouble at all.
That said, I'm gonna have to end this episode here. Next episode, we're gonna go speak with Vatnir and see if we can find out just what the hell is going on here. Till then, I'm Chester44, also known as Falai. That is Laniara, Adair, Joti, Idwin, and Aloth. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity 2, Deadfire, and I shall see you all next time.